Hey, I'm Chris Berman. Coming up on ESPN. Welcome one and all to NFL Kickoff Weekend 2004. Hope everybody had a great Labor Day weekend. I'm Chris Berman. Now we're ready for some football. We kick off our coverage of the NFL on ESPN with what ought to be a pretty good one. Kansas City, Denver, straight ahead.
And look at all the happy tailgaters as they get set to cheer for the hometown team. Welcome to Invesco Field at Mile High Stadium. I'm Dan Stevens. Of course, we have Peter O'Keefe along for the fun. And Peter, we have one of the premier tight ends in the entire NFL down there.
Yes, we do. Tony Gonzalez is seen by most as the preeminent tight end in the NFL. His run-blocking ability is what really sets him apart. He lives for contact, and on some plays, you'll see him crush one defender, run upfield, and earhole somebody else, too. That's aggression.
We'll see how he does once the game begins, Peter, but first, let's go to the coin toss.
Tails.
There's the signal, and we're ready. Elam kicks it, and we are underway. Hall catches it back at the 4. Tackled at the 30. The weather is a factor, and ESPN's very own Susie Colbert has some information for us. Susie.
Thank you, Dan. It doesn't rain much harder than this, Dan. This deluge is turning the grass into mud, and the players' cleats are churning it right up. This game looks like it could become half football, half mud wrestling. Back to you, Dan.
Susie, thank you. Richter goes in motion. Daly puts a lick on the receiver and separates him from the ball. Incomplete.
Champ Bailey with the cover. Second and 10. Ball at 30 yards.
Holmes gains 3 yards, and that will bring up third down. Third down, one man down. Richter grabs the bullet, and they get the first on third and long.
Mark Borster had 3 guys covering him, but look what happens. Incredible catch.
A beautiful pickup, Peter. Everyone on the offense is happy about that play.
Definitely. Great call by the offensive coordinator.
And it will be a first down. Holmes will get stopped at the line, and that brings up second down.
John Mobley targeted the ball carrier early and didn't even let him get back to the line of scrimmage.
They put a stop to this play behind the line of scrimmage. Pretty good call by the defensive coordinator.
Agreed, Dan. They had it all locked up there.
That will bring up second down. Wall makes a play on this and forces the incompletion.
Lenny Walls managed to disrupt things. He got in there and he smacked that pass away. Great D.
That'll give us a third down, and the defense was ready for that call.
Well played, and a good job of not giving up the short pass.
Third down, 10 yards to go. Green airs this one to the left sideline, and it's tipped. Incomplete. It'll be fourth down.
Kelly Herndon came in and got a hand on that football and left no chance for a reception there.
Well, the D holds tight on third and long and forces an incompletion. That was a good call by the defensive coordinator.
Oh, it sure was. Perfect D for that situation.
And it will bring up fourth down. Baker takes the snap and punts it away. The Broncos let this one bounce, but it will pin them deep at the 6. The Broncos find themselves in dangerous territory and will start this one way back at their own 6-yard line. Hurst takes his first carry of the game and gains about 3 yards. Second down, 2 receivers to the left.
Ball at the Broncos 9-yard line.
Stuffed at the 18. First down.
Peyton Manning is dangerous when he ad-libs, Dan. Check it out. Well, that scramble got him some yards. He was lucky on that one.
Carries this one off to the right and gains about 3 yards.
Number 51 with the tackle.
You better have a side view mirror on that helmet, Manning. I'm going to be coming at you all day long.
21-yard line.
Smith catches the bullet out left, and that's good for a gain of 5.
Peyton Manning dissected the double coverage with a pass that was prettier than a stadium full of cheerleaders.
A decent play, and they'll now face 3rd and short.
That's the key, Dan. Make 3rd down easy, and they did just that.
Now they just need to convert. We'll see what they do. 3rd down, 2 tight ends in the game. Hurst dodges this one way out right and lowers his shoulder for the first.
Garrison Hurst dealt out the...
Coach Vermeil is not happy with that call, and he's going to challenge it.
Hey, we want a challenge.
Kansas City is challenging the spot of the ball.
This is their first challenge of the game, and even if they lose this one, they still have one challenge left.
As we watch the replay here, look for where the ball is when he's tackled. Remember, all he needs is one knee to be down.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. Kansas City will not be charged with timeout. 4th down.
He likes the call, and you sort of have a feeling that he knew it all along. Nor lines up to punt after the 3 and out.
Dante Hall to make the return.
Nor takes the long snap and punts it away. Hall fields it at the 37. Brought down at the 40.
Dante Hall didn't have much room to work with back there. The special team squad made sure he couldn't respond to that really nice punt.
The Chiefs stalled early last drive, and we'll have to wait and see what happens here. They'll start at their 40-yard line. They couldn't connect on this one. Incomplete.
Tony Gonzalez dropped the ball so fast there, you'd think it bit him on the thumb or something.
Second down with the tight end right.
Ball at the Chiefs 30-yard line.
He'll take this one off the toss and gains about 3 yards.
All right, what did you get? Okay, all right. What's the plan? What's the plan?
Hall goes in motion. Morton grabs the rope right side, and they get the first on 3rd and long.
Johnny Morton faces down 2 defenders and comes away with the football. Oh, nice catch.
And Peter, that play doesn't get off the ground unless he runs a very precise route.
And he had to beat his man. Couple of the best banging heads there. Check that out. Those last year numbers are solid.
Holmes chews up 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down.
What's
Second down, and they line up with 3 tight ends. Holmes gets the call again and hurdles his way to a first down.
Priest Holmes has wings on this play and catches some air. Watch this. Oh, that was an Olympic-sized hurdle. Pure jet propulsion.
Nice second down call, and they will move the chain.
On offense, it was always a plus to avoid third down altogether, just like that.
That will end the first quarter, and it's still a scoreless game. Green throws this on a rope, and it's knocked away from the receiver, incomplete.
Was the intended receiver. Champ Bailey with the cover.
Anytime, Kinnison.
Second and 10.
Anytime you're ready.
Ball at the 33.
Holmes picks up 6 on the play, and that brings up third down.
Priest Holmes got a little help from his friends on that play, Dan. They gave him the space he needed to make the play. Great blocking up front.
They move the ball, and that'll bring up third down. Third down, 2 wideouts on the field. Holmes barrels off his left guard and gets tackled short of the marker. Fourth down coming up.
Al Wilson brought down the ball carrier before the markers. There was some gain there, but not enough for the first.
That's his second tackle so far. Fourth down, and the field goal unit is on the field. Anderson with the 43-yard attempt, and has it sailed just left of the upright.
Morton Anderson sees his field goal attempt get waterlogged. There's the kick, and it's no good. Hard to be accurate when the football gets wet like that.
The Broncos have been locked in a defensive struggle so far. They will start this drive at their 33-yard line. Smith goes in motion. Manning sings it to the right side, and this one is incomplete.
Ashley Lee positioned himself on the outside back there, but the ball didn't position itself in his hands. No catch.
Potential for a quick first down, but no, they cannot hook up the pass.
You can take a shot in that situation, and it's really not going to hurt you. That's a good call.
That'll bring up second down. Second down, tight end to the left. Lee makes the catch on the right sideline, and he's just barely past the markers for a first.
Ashley Lee had all the time in the world on this play, Danny. He could have made himself a sandwich while he was waiting for the ball.
Always back to the food, Peter. Can't you think of anything else?
Oh, well, let me see. No, I can't.
Great job fighting for that first down. He didn't waste any time.
Well, just because the pass is short of the markers doesn't mean he can't run it the rest of the way. He's a true competitor. Look at those stats. That's the definition of a standout year.
Hurst picks up about 2, and that brings up second down.
Ryan Sims with the tackle. Second and 7. Ball at the Broncos 46-yard line.
This pass will fall harmlessly to the ground, and it's incomplete.
Ashley Lee had that one come right to him back there. You have to catch those passes, baby.
That's his first drop, and it is not often you see that from him.
No, normally he's pretty sure-handed there.
Third down and 4 wideouts in the game. Watts goes in motion.
Pass is incomplete. Was the intended receiver with the cover.
Nor gets ready to punt this away.
Dante Hall to make the return.
Knorr gets the snap and punts it away. Hall fields the punt at the 11. Tackled at the 23.
Dante Hall racked up a few yards on the run back there, whittling down the size of the punt a little bit.
The Chiefs had their last drive stall out at the end. We'll see if they can keep momentum throughout this one, which starts at their own 23-yard line. Green fires this one over the middle, and it is not reeled in. Incomplete.
Tony Richardson was the man on that play, coming across the middle, but the ball couldn't find him. Incomplete.
Another short pass and another incompletion. That area is not yielding results for them.
Yeah, time to look elsewhere.
Second down, just a single receiver on the field. Ferguson tips it away on the coverage. Incomplete.
Nick Ferguson came in and got a hand on that football and left no chance for a reception there.
That play would have set up a manageable 3rd and short.
But instead, they forced the incompletion. That's how the D is supposed to play.
Green rifles it out left side, and it's off. Incomplete. Baker lines up to punt after the 3 and out. Baker gets the ball and punts it away. Smith takes it out to 40. Dragged down at the 47.
Rod Smith got swarmed by the kicking team before he got very far. That nice punt pretty much goes unanswered.
The Broncos could take the lead before halftime as their offense will start at their 47-yard line. Manning throws a bullet and it falls incomplete.
With the deflection. Second and 10. Ball at the Broncos, 47-yard line.
Lee goes in motion. Stopped at the 47.
Better have a side view.
3rd and 9.
Well, Dan, we got an empty backfield, 5 receivers, and the defense is in their dime. Let's watch.
Manning fires this one over the middle, and it's complete at the 42. Ground to a halt at the 39. It will be first down.
Check out those numbers. You have to respect that kind of career.
Intercepted. Dragged down at the 34.
I'm coming down.
Garrett Warfield is able to catch the ball in these rainy conditions, but he's playing for the defense, people. That rain is really rewriting the playbook out there today, and that time the D was the big winner.
Boy, that was a heads-up play to come away with his first interception of the game.
Yeah, you got to love D like that.
The Chiefs are going to try and capitalize on the interception. They'll start this drive at their 34-yard line. Dennison goes in motion. Chews up 4 yards, and that will bring up second down.
52 with the tackle.
All we can practice. Now we're going to get it this time. Now we're going to go just like it is. We're going to execute, and we're going to stay strong, and we're going to get to the spots we need to. Okay, fellas?
Second and 6. Ball at the Chiefs, 38-yard line.
Mobley tips it away on the coverage. Incomplete.
Trent Green is really struggling out there today. As you can see by the numbers, it's all bad. Up to now, he's got 33 yards and no interceptions.
Third down, 3 wideouts in the game. Holmes goes in motion. Green zings it to the right side, and it is not reeled in. Incomplete.
Trent Green winged it into double coverage, but luckily nobody was able to catch it.
Peter, in third down situations, they have not been successful at all with the pass. This play was more proof.
Boy, third is such a crucial down, Dan, and when you don't convert, it really hurts.
Baker lines up for the punt. Baker gets the snap and punts it away. Smith fields the punt at the 28. Tackled at the 30.
Rod Smith fielded the ball, and although he was dropped pretty quickly, that terrible kick gives him some good field position.
The Broncos have had some trouble moving the ball recently. We'll see what they do on this drive as they start at their own 30-yard line. Manning throws a heater, and it's caught at the 32. Tackled at the 35. It looks like, we've had an injury down on the field. As soon as we hear anything, we'll be sure to pass the information along to you.
We're going to need a card. Let's go. We need the card. Bronco, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's get out of here.
Watch the screen.
Second and 4. Ball on the Broncos 35-yard line. Garrison Hurst, the ball carrier. Eric Warfield with the tackle.
Third down with a split backfield.
Ball at the Broncos 35-yard line.
Manning throws a lob here, and it's tipped. Incomplete. That will bring up fourth down.
With the deflection.
Scott Fajita came in and got a hand on that football and left no chance for a reception there.
A nice defensive play will give him his second batted ball of the game.
Yeah, great read there.
Knorr lines up to punt after the 3 and out. Knorr takes the long snap and punts it away. Hall catches it at the 21. Brought down at the 32.
Dante Hall racked up a few yards on the run back there, whittling down the size of the punt a little bit.
The Chiefs bring their offense on the field and will start this drive at their 32-yard line. Tennyson goes in motion. Green rifles this one hard over the middle, and it's incomplete.
John Lynch closed in from the zone and forced the incompletion.
That had potential for some yards, Peter, but the defense was on top of it and shut it down.
Good denial there.
Second down coming up.
Second and 10. Ball at the Chiefs 32-yard line.
Richardson makes the catch out to the left and is well past the markers for a first down.
Tony Richardson works it to the outside and gets a huge gain. That's a great play, great execution. Let's have another look. Yep, got past the marker and eventually runs out of bounds.
A well-designed play there, Peter, and they will move the chains.
Great execution.
First down from the shotgun.
Ball at the 49.
Green zips it to the left sideline, and it's caught at the 46. Runs out, and that will stop the clock at 18. Foster had to leave the field earlier in the game, and now Susie Kalber has a report. Susie?
Thanks, Dan. I managed to get a word with the team doctors. They said he's suffering from tendonitis in his knee. They're trying to find a brace that will mitigate the pain, but nothing seems to be working. They're listing his return as doubtful. Dan, back to you.
As always, we'll hope for the best up here in the booth. Thank you, Susie. Third down from the eye. Whips him down in the backfield, and that takes them even farther away from the markers.
DJ Williams gets to his man in the backfield for a big loss. I don't know what happened to the protection. Let's have a look. You know, Dan, it's all about focus and persistence. He was not going to let that quarterback get that pass off.
Another good stop by the defense, and that will be 2 losses in a row. That will end the second quarter, and it's still a scoreless game. And now let's send you to Chris Berman in our studios in Bristol for the ESPN Halftime Report. Boomer?
All right, Dan, interesting game at the half. We'll get back to you guys in a bit. First, we welcome everybody to our ESPN Halftime Report. I'm Chris Berman. The Broncos, no surprise, find themselves in a tight defensive struggle. It's just impossible to gain much yardage out there. Can anybody do it and forge ahead in the second half? Let's get started on this one early in the first quarter. Trent Green would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. The Bronx on D, the ball at the 40-yard line. Eric Warfield was in the right place at the right time, as his interception was a possible momentum shifter. The Chiefs late into the second quarter, Trent Green would find his target on this one. And that's where we'll leave this one. Bronx aren't able to get on the board, and it's a scoreless game. And as far as my halftime hero, well, there's really no contest. DJ Williams has taken over this game. So that'll do it from here. Let's send you back out now to Dan Stevens and Peter O'Keefe. Dan?
Thanks, Chris. And today's game has been presented in ESPN Game Sound, designed and developed in collaboration with Dolby, the leader in surround sound technology. The Broncos will have the ball first to start the second half, and maybe we'll finally see a score in this one. Nothing but a couple of goose eggs on the board. Let's get down to the field and the action. Drowns decides to take it out of the end zone. Tackled at the 21. Well, Peter, some interesting information up on the screen.
Oh, you bet. All these numbers point to one thing, Dan, a defensive struggle. They can't get complacent. A single score will change the whole complexion of the game.
Let's go down to Susie Kalber, who has an update for us. Susie?
Thank you, Dan. Head coach Mike Shanahan definitely seemed frustrated when I spoke to him at halftime. He said, "We've just got to put some points on the board. Our defense has been doing all right, but offensively, we just haven't been able to get it done." He said their plan is to make some adjustments in the next half, and we'll see how it works out. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Susie. Manning floats it to the right side, and it's tipped. Incomplete.
Scott Fajita
came in and got a hand on that football and left no chance for a reception there.
That had potential for some yards, Peter, but the defense was on top of it and shut it down.
Good denial there.
Second down coming up. Sims sacks him back at the 16.
Ryan Sims gets the sack deep in the pocket. That's going to be a sizable loss. Watch this. Oh, yeah. That's going to push them back, way back. Great defensive play.
They read that play the whole way, and they force a third and very, very long.
Yeah, monstrous D the past few downs for these guys.
Manning rifles it out left side, and it's knocked away from the receiver. Incomplete. It looks like, we've had an injury down on the field. As soon as we hear anything, we'll be sure to pass the information along to you. Knorr lines up deep in his own territory to punt it away.
Make the return.
Knorr gets the ball and punts it away. Hall fields the punt at the 43. Stopped at the 47.
Dante Hall racked up a few yards on the run back there, whittling down the size of the punt a little bit.
The Chiefs offense takes the field, and they are already halfway there. They'll start at the 47-yard line. Holmes picks up about 2, and that will bring up second down.
I'm going to sack you like a bag of
Second and
chips,
8.
Trey.
Ball at the 41.
Fatafehi gets the sack at the 48.
Mario Fatafehi hauled down the quarterback for the loss of a little yardage and a lot of momentum there.
Peter, he's really gotten after the quarterback in this game.
Well, you could say that again. So far, he's got 2 tackles and 2 sacks.
Third down, empty backfield. Green just rifles this one, and it's intercepted.
Well, it's all about getting in position to make the grab, and watch here. Oh, that's perfect position.
Boy, that was a heads-up play to come away with his first interception of the game.
Yeah, you got to love D like that.
The Broncos have been locked in a defensive struggle so far. They will start this drive at their 48-yard line. Anderson goes in motion. First, takes the handoff and gets past the line. Dragged down at the 49. Marti was shaken up earlier, and I hear Susie Culber has a report for us. Susie?
Thanks, Dan. The trainers have just informed me that he suffered a broken toe. They're taping him, but it may not be enough. I've been told that his return is questionable. Back to you, Dan.
As always, we'll hope for the best up here in the booth. Thank you, Susie. Manning rifles it out left side, and it's caught at the 49.
Pass complete. Mike Maslowski with the tackle.
Peyton Manning has been searching for a rhythm out there, and he's come up short, Dan. As you can see by these numbers, he's been having a rough day of it. So far, he's struggled to get 39 yards and no touchdowns.
Third down, 5 yards to go.
47.
Lee hauls it in right side, and they get the first on 3rd and long.
Ashley Lee squeezed by 2 defenders on this play, but still comes up with the ball. Oh, that's pure skill. You can't coach that.
I'm glad he finally nabbed one because he's had a string of missed catches before this.
Yeah, his quarterback obviously didn't lose faith in him, though, Dan, because he's kept throwing it his way.
Weaver goes in motion. Manning lobs this one over the middle, and it's complete at the 25.
Jed Weaver has 3 guys on this play looking for the interception, but they don't get it. He says, I'll take that, thank you very much. Oh, that's a wonderful catch. The defense should be shaking their heads.
A well-designed play there, Peter, and they will move the chains.
And let me tell you, Dan, hearing those chains move is one of the best sounds in the game or in offense.
Lee makes a nice catch, and he's looking for room, and he's stopped right there. It'll be 1st and goal.
Ashley Lee had 3 guys covering him, but look what happens. Incredible catch.
First down, goal to go. Manning throws a heater, and they can't connect. Incomplete.
With the deflection. Second and goal. Ball at the 9.
Sims sacks him way back at the 15.
Ryan Sims gets the sack deep in the pocket. That's going to be a sizable loss. Watch this. Oh, yeah, that's going to push him back, way back. Great defensive play.
He's now got 1.5 sacks on the game.
Pushing you back.
Ball at the 15.
Lee goes in motion. Manning rifles it out left side, and this one is incomplete.
Pass interference, number 26, defense. The ball is placed at the spot of the foul.
Julian Battle
Automatic
slapped
first
around the
down.
receiver way too much on that play, and the ref let him know it with a flag for pass interference.
First and goal. Ball at the 2-yard line.
Hurst gets the toss and runs into traffic. Brought down at the 1.
Second and goal. Ball at the 1. Touchdown, Broncos.
This is a nice run here. And when you watch the replay, Dan, check out his field vision. Great job of finding space.
He'll get the touchdown, and he does it in style.
Beautiful play.
Let's go, baby. Get your hands up.
Now the extra point, and it's good. And that'll do it for the third quarter. The Broncos are out in front, 7-0. Gets the signal, and we're set. Elam kicks this one away. Hall fields the kickoff at the 2. Tackled at the 25. Well, Peter, some interesting information up on the screen.
Oh, you bet. How they turned the ball over leaps out at me, and you have to think that that could come back to haunt them. Turnovers are the most telling stat in the NFL. Dante Hall received that nice kick and a nice little run back after the catch. Good job.
The Chiefs' offense has taken the field, and they have been having a very tough time passing the ball. They have another opportunity here as they start off at their own 25-yard line. Holmes takes it off the toss and gets upfield. Finally gets out of bounds at the 41. That will bring up first down.
Priest Holmes clears the way for some extra yards. It's worth a second look. Yep, avoiding a tackler with a stiff arm is one way to do it.
A well-designed play there, Peter, and they will move the chains.
And let me tell you, Dan, hearing those chains move is one of the best sounds in the game for an offense.
First and 10. Ball at the Chiefs' 31-yard line.
Gonzalez goes in motion. Holmes takes it across the line and heads wide left. Finally stopped at the 48. It will be first down.
Priest Holmes has had good success when taking it out past the tackles where he can find some room and turn on the Jets. He's doing his part, and look at the numbers here. So far, he's got 56 yards on 11 carries.
First down, both wideouts to the right.
Ball at the 38-yard line.
Herndon makes a play on this and forces the incompletion.
Kelly Herndon got himself in prime position to bat away that football before the receiver even had a shot at it.
They have really gotten after the ball as a team today. That is their 5th batted ball.
Nice, aggressive D.
Richardson goes in motion. Holmes larges off right guard and picks up a couple.
Wow, those are nice stats. Way to carry the ball.
That's this one at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
Darius Holland swatted that ball away like swatting a fly. That is how you're supposed to fill the passing lanes, baby.
You know, as a team, they are batting down passes left and right. That is their 6th so far.
Wow, great anticipation of the pass.
Baker gets ready to punt this away. Baker takes the snap and punts it away. Smith gets it at the 18. Tackled at the 21.
Rod Smith didn't get very far running that ball back, but on the bright side, the kick was pretty lackluster, so his offense gets pretty good field position anyway.
The Broncos offense takes the field with time winding down. They'll start at their own 21-yard line. Hurst picks up about 2, and that brings up 2nd down.
Number 93 with the tackle.
You better have a side view mirror on that helmet, Manny. I'm going to be coming at you all day long.
23-yard line.
Hurst takes this one way out left and picks up a couple. Third down, one man back.
Ball at the Broncos 25-yard line.
4 receivers line up as the defense settles into a nickel package.
Lee goes in motion. Smith snags the dart right sideline, and they get the first on 3rd and long. Hurst has his number called on 1st down and maybe picks up 1 on the play.
With the tackle.
Second down. The clock is stopped at 1:58.
41-yard line.
Weaver goes in motion. First, the Chiefs take their first timeout. Third down, 2 tight ends in the game.
Ball at the Broncos 45-yard line.
The Chiefs will take a timeout. That's their second. Nor lines up for the punt.
Punt formation. Dante Hall to make the return.
Nor gets the snap and punts it away. Hall fields the punt at the 13. Tackled hard at the 28.
Dante Hall did a nice job getting some yards after fielding the solid punt.
The Chiefs start this drive of the game from well in their own territory, and the clock at 1:41. Green dumps this one off, and the reception's made. The Chiefs take a timeout. That's their final one. First down, the clock is stopped at 1:36. Fumble! The Broncos have it.
And this right here is a live ball, and fortunately for the defense, they grab it and gain possession. Heads up play.
Peter, there are many ways you can start a drive, but a turnover is not one of them.
No, definitely not. That was a big-time play. Dan, this game is over. There's no way for the D to stop the clock, and the offense is just going to sit on the ball to win this one. A loss of yards here, but they aren't too concerned about that. They just want to keep that clock moving.
Second and 11. Ball at the 36-yard line.
Well, this is where the offense goes in slow motion. No hurry to start the play. Use up as much time as possible.
Loss of 1 on the play.
Well, that loss will bring up third down, but they can't be too worried about it. They're still eating up the clock.
Third and 10. Ball at the 37.
Well, that did it, Dan. They can now use up all the clock by just sitting on the ball. What a game.
And that will do it for tonight's game. The Broncos come out on top 7-0. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
Okay, Dan, thank you very much. And let's welcome all of you back to the studio. I'm Chris Berman here to bring you our ESPN Video Games post-game wrap-up. The Broncos stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. Let's get started in this one early in the third quarter. Willie Middlebrooks would come up with the big play to kill a drive as he was able to step in front of a wayward pass for an INT. The Bronx, after getting an interception, the Broncos inside the red zone. Garrison, first eye look at the Hurst, found a little opening. That was all he needed. Touchdown for the Broncos. Chiefs losing by 7. Priest Holmes would get the carry here. Good blocking up front. It helped to spring him. Peyton Manning connected with his man on this one. Bronx leading 7-0. Reggie Hayward is going to come up with the big play here. Whoop! The ball's loose. Scramble. He's there to grab it. And that's where we'll leave this one. Bronx squeaked out a win, 7-0. Now let's take a sec to chat with our player of the game, the guy who seemed to be all over the field on defense and came up with big play after big play. Mario Fatafehi was kind enough to give us a moment of his time, and he's on the field with Susie Calder. Susie?
Thank you, Chris. You transcended the competition today, and you won a close game today. What put you guys over the top?
Yeah, you know, from the moment I stepped on the field, man, no one was stopping me. I felt I could win this game for us, and that's what I did.
Back to you, Chris.
Thanks for tuning into ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports for 25 years and counting. I'm Chris Berman. We'll see you next time.
Sports Center.
I'm Chris Berman. Well, let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Saints edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. Terrence Wilkins stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Drew Brees threw for 2 touchdowns and helped his Chargers beat the Texans. In the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, we had the Eagles convincingly win by 15. Chiefs, Broncos. Eric Warfield would come up with the big play to kill a drive as he was able to step in front of a wayward pass for an INT. The Broncos win this one by the final score of 7-0. Up in the HHH Metrodome, we had the Vikings win this one to the tune of 13 points. The Browns got 300-plus yards from their offense in their victory at the Cleveland Browns Stadium. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Zach Bronson will be playing his football elsewhere, though perhaps not for as much as he would have liked. 3 years, $3.6 million. This guy will also have a new address for a while as he signs a 4-year contract with the Steelers. Jake Plummer is on the move, as you see, as he accepts a pretty good offer to leave his current club. 4 years, $14.0 million. On top of that, a $2.8 million signing bonus. Jeremiah Trotter is on the move as well as he signs a 3-year contract with the Bears.
Bengals, Jets. Carson Palmer calling signals at his own 40-yard line, rolls, then fires a slant. Look at him go. He could go all the way. 60-yard score. The Bengals go on to win this by the final score of 30-29. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Charles Woodson will be on the sidelines for a while, so this defense will need to do some reshuffling in his absence. X-rays revealing that a broken foot is the report. He'll be out for 5 weeks. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Dan Morgan is probably the one that most leaps out at you. Unfortunately, it's a torn ACL, and that'll keep him out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. Now we'll move on to our top story of the day. Santana Moss is going to find himself in street clothes for the time being, and that'll be a major blow to this club. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
The Cardinals won on the road and will now head home to meet the Patriots. Terrence Holt intercepted 2 balls and helped his Lions beat the Bears. Jaguars, Bills. Beat Greg Jones. He's in the backfield. The ball is at the 40-yard line. And the lead man throws a block, shakes off one tackle, bounces outside it. Now it's a foot race. The 10, the 5, touchdown. The Jaguars win this one by the final score of 17-14. Troy Brown stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. In the gentle climes of the Carolinas, we had the Panthers run away with it, 45-point victors. Over at 3Com Park, we had the 49ers come away with a 7-point win. Buccaneers, Redskins. 7-point. Rod Gardner is a threat from anywhere on the field. The ball at the 42. Little stutter step, and he's going for the post. Quarterback sees him. The 15, the 10, the 5, touchdown. The Redskins go on to win this by the final score of 24-14. And in our final game, we had the Steelers come away victorious. So, as usual, plenty of surprises around the NFL. And heck, we just got into week 1. My primetime players' game balls go out to these gentlemen, each one with a fine start to the season. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.